Well, the return of level 3 restrictions means authorities are once again cracking down on lockdown violators. And with Gauteng recording a whopping 7,859 new COVID-19 cases, police officers are expected to hit the ground running under Operation Okaya Molao. Our reporter Lindokuhle Xulu is tracking the operation and joins us now from Johannesburg. Lindo, what went down in Johannesburg this morning?
Well, Annika, we are in Boysen where the Operation Okaya Molao, as you probably can see behind me, is taking place. Scores of police have set up a roadblock here. This is an operation that began way before the COVID-19 as well as the lockdown. But I can tell you that police have been able to use this particular operation to ensure that throughout the alert levels of the lockdown, they were able to actually make sure that they check on compliance of some of the regulations that we have. Today we understand that as we enter to level 3, this is another way of the South African Police Service in the province of Gauteng to ensure that they are able to help people stick to those regulations and they're able to enforce the laws of the lockdown. And I can tell you that today, as we try to move to the acting provincial commissioner, Major General Mtombeni, there will be some efforts that they'll be putting in, particularly because of the high numbers in Gauteng. Major General Mtombeni, the acting provincial commissioner, as I said, thank you very much for joining us. If you can just give us a sense, Major General, that we have now moved to alert level 3 of the lockdown. Operation Okaya Molao seeks to enforce the law, and this time around, Gauteng has the high numbers. What is it exactly that will be efforts you will be putting in to ensure that those numbers are actually lowered?
As we know that the head of the state or our president have spoken in terms of alert level 3, I must just indicate as a law enforcement agency that the disaster management regulations will follow it to the latter. We know for the fact that the indoor facilities, like where they are selling liquor, in terms of regulation 36.2, they have to have a certificate of occupancy, which clearly they have to follow in terms of ensuring that the numbers must not exceed, 50. And then further than that, we know that the establishment has to be closed by 9 o'clock, of which we know for the fact that 10 o'clock is a curfew, which will ensure that we do enforcement in terms of that. And then having said that, while in this roadblock, we're having people from the city of Johannesburg, from Department of Health, those who are doing screening, as you can see in there. And the screening is done in ensuring that if there are symptoms, they have to take it further in terms of people on the roadblocks. Currently on this roadblock, the successes which we have, we already have 3 drugs, which includes, your Mandrex. Over and above that, on the other operational areas, we do have the illicit cigarette. I must indicate that this is the second phase of the operation. The first phase of the operation, we had the detectives operation, which we had over 713 arrests on the suspect raiding. 137 is a gender-based violence, of which 135 the victims are women. So maybe to take this opportunity, as yesterday we encountered this Operation Dudula. The affected areas were 3 areas, mainly Ekurhuleni, Tshwane. Soweto was the main affected, more especially in Diepkloof. I must just indicate that we have made an arrest in terms of the prosecutorial-led investigation, where we were helped, yes. So we had one person who was arrested, but over and above that, in Rockville, there was this looting where a foreign national who reacted and shot at the community. And we arrested 3 Somalian nationals with 1 firearm, of which it was recovered. That firearm is unlicensed, was stolen in Ladybrand.
All right, thank you so much, General. We'll keep in touch with you.
Thank
But
you
in the
very
interest
much.
of time, let's just
Thank you
throw
very
back to
much.
studio here, Anika. But the General, they're giving us a sense of some of their successes in terms of the operations. But he did mention curfew. He did mention that some of the restaurant and as well as on-site consumption areas will be closely monitored in terms of making sure that those regulations are followed to the letter.